After confronting my husband's friend about pressuring his sick fiancé into having kids, I question if I overstepped or just told the truth. Original post, September 7, 2024. Obligatory throwaway. My 32F husband, 36 meters, has a high school friend, 36 meters. Let's call him John. John is a typical jock. Athletic, good-looking, popular with girls, but I've been around enough to see and hear him being questionable towards women. To the story. We were in a group of friends, and I was introducing them to my new baby. 0F. Important info. I had a miserable pregnancy. The topic of having kids came up and John started saying how he and his fiancée, 32F, would be the next. More important information. His fiancée Janet is an amazing lady. Kind, smart, gentle. Recently she has been through a lot. Lost her dad and her health has been terrible. Not going to say what, but she has a disease that causes headaches, weakness, dizzy spells, fainting, extreme fatigue. She has become more and more emotionally and physically dependent on him. On top of that, she and I come from another country. It means her family and support system are not here. Back to the situation. I asked her if they plan to have kids after the wedding. That is in 2 years. I thought that because it is her time to recover. He doesn't let her answer and say they agreed they would only get married after having kids. I am surprised for 2 reasons. She always said she wanted kids after marriage, and her health is not good. She doesn't say anything, but looks sad. I argue that it doesn't seem like a good plan, and that a pregnancy now could put her health at risk. He said her fertility window is almost closing, and that is now or never. I start getting angry, and we discuss. I ended up saying he is selfish and this decision is only based on his wants and hurting her. Basically a form of abuse. The room got quiet and we ended up leaving. My husband later agreed with me, but said it was not my place to say anything. Our friends are mixed, saying someone had to say it, but that I was too harsh. I feel maybe was not my place, and I was being a busybody. But after being through a hard pregnancy myself, without my family, I know how hard it is. And my husband is a great supportive guy. Meanwhile, John leaves her alone all the time to party and enjoy life. He is dooming someone that trusts him blindly into a horrible situation. AIET. A. Relevant comments. Commenter, what you said was the truth, but you were a little harsh. I think you were right to say it because the guy obviously doesn't care how he treats his wife. I also think you should ask his fiancée in private how she feels about her situation. I agree that I came out too strong. I feel protective towards her. She is so sweet and nice. I feel she doesn't deserve the way he treats her. But when I say something in private, she keeps repeating that she loves her, and she never met a man like him. I feel she thinks that he is out of her league or something. Commenter. Honestly, I think he knows what he's doing. There's a reason he won't legally commit to her until after she has children, and it's not a kind or responsible reason. So I don't think he's going to care about the potential health outcomes for your friend. It may be satisfying to call him out, but is it going to change his mind? I also found this part extra strange. The first time we met, she literally said how her dream was to have a wedding and then kids. She even repeated that recently. She comes from a Catholic upbringing. Like me, it doesn't seem like a thing you change your mind about easily. Commenter, ESH, except his wife. In this conversation, fight both. You and John are treating his wife as if she's a child that can't make decisions for herself. He is talking over her, but you are also making assumptions about their decisions based on her looking sad. I admit I should have talked to her first, but we just had a conversation about her health, and she was telling me how some days she can barely make it out of bed. His smugness made me so angry, as if he knows what is best, and no one can question him. Commenter, honestly, I would be pissed if someone started talking and arguing about my health issues in public. I'm a really private person. Does the rest of the group know about her health issues? You didn't speak to her, but made assumptions. She might not confide in you anymore. He might be an asshole, but she is an adult, and you could have made it worse for her. I had 2 awful pregnancies and was alone without family around, but my husband is amazing as well. I get where you are coming from, but seriously be more aware next time and show your friend some respect, and don't talk about people's medical history in front of people. ESH, obviously not your friend. I see your point. The group started with some people that studied together and expanded with their we meet often and are friendly. When she got sick, we took turns visiting, checking up on her when she was alone for a reason or another. Everyone seems to try to be her support system, but seem afraid to say anything to John. Commenter, he probably just doesn't care. John is aware that his wife isn't in a good place for kids. If he and Pussy's husband are such great friends, why didn't he say anything? Call out your friends, shitty behavior people. Oh, my husband is great, but everyone jokes he has a man crush on John. He was John's sidekick in school and doesn't listen when I point out some comments John makes. Oh, is voted N.T.A. But opinions are mixed. Update, September 10, 2024. 3 days later. Thank you for all the answers. I was blown away by all the perspectives and was able to see further into the situation. I reached out to Janet and invited her for a coffee. We usually talk with more people around, so this was the first time we were alone. I started by apologizing. I said I should not have said all these things in front of everyone and acted as if she cannot speak for herself. She said she was initially embarrassed, but after further thought, she started questioning if it was really a good idea to have kids now and has scheduled a talk with a specialist. She said John doesn't know, and she wants to have more information before talking to him. She also said he was furious afterwards, and they had a terrible fight. So you guys were right. It was not the right move, and he did blame her, saying she should have defended their position and that she knew having kids was a must for him. He also said that a woman would only be a real woman if she gave her man biological children. She asked him what if she could not, and apparently he never answered. It seems more happened in the fight, but I decided not to pressure her and let her tell me what she was comfortable with. Lastly, she decided to take some time off and go home to her mom, and I think it is a great idea. The saddest for me was that she cried saying someone like her would never get a man like him, and that she was scared of losing him, that it was like she found a golden ticket. I held my tongue, because I personally do not think he is a prize. But again I took the advice, and did not pressure further. I also had a long talk with we're at odds. He still thinks I am overreacting, and that John poops gold. I am frustrated, but not much I can do for now. Not a fantastic update, but it has only been a few days, so I will let you know if there is anything big happening. Now to the next story. Story 2. Am I the asshole for being disappointed when my boyfriend did not give me the first slice of cake? Original post. September 8, 2024. Why, 20F, I'm from Brazil and here it is tradition that in a birthday party, the person whose birthday is being celebrated gives the first slice of cake to their favorite person after everyone sings the birthday song. This week was my boyfriend's 24 meters and he had 3 celebrations, one with his birth family, one with his adoptive family, and one with friends, which was a surprise picnic that I planned and organized. He has had a very difficult life and his moms are really important to him, as the adoptive mom saved him from starving as a kid and raised him, giving him a chance at life. And his birth mom battled very hard against poverty all her life, struggling and fighting to keep her kids alive and well. So of course I never expect him to give me the first slice of cake at the family celebrations. But then there was the picnic. I spent weeks planning and reaching out to all his childhood friends, making sure they would come. I went to bed at 2 a.m. the night before making him his favorite cake. I spent a shit ton of money with food, drinks and gifts. I didn't do it because of the first slice of course, but at all times I couldn't help but think, now is my turn. Turns out it was not. He has a best friend of many years. She and him are like brother and sister. They went through a lot of shit together, like her losing her mom, him not having food to eat at home as a teen, and even though they are so close, they don't get the chance to see each other very often now, as they both are very busy with life and all its shit. So of course he took the chance to show her some appreciation. She was so happy and, of course I understood the situation. He sees me every day and has the chance to honor me almost daily. He always makes me feel really loved and all, and he can't do that with her. Also, I understand he wanted to show her that him having a relationship does not mean she is not his sister anymore. A priority in that sense. I am not jealous, because I know there is nothing romantic between them. She is pretty gay and polygamous. He is the most monogamous guy in the world and he worships me, but I couldn't help but at least feel a bit. I don't know, do I need to explain? Maybe disappointed, maybe unappreciated. I feel like I can never be the most important person in the room. We always talk about getting married. We are each other's life and still. Get me? And also, he did this in front of everyone, in front of all our mutual friends who don't really know her and all she means to him. So I also felt kind of embarrassed. I am just venting. I want to go home and cry a bit. I know I am being childish, but I guess I will keep it that way for now. Update September 8, 2024. 6 hours later. My boyfriend did not give me the first slice of cake. Update. Hi everyone, thank you for all the kind comments. Me and my boyfriend have very different energy spams, so I usually leave hangouts a lot earlier than him, which is what happened today. So I left, posted the story on Reddit, took a shower and started to paint my nails. About 3 hours after I left, my boyfriend called me. I picked him up and he was sobbing. Notice he does not have Reddit and he does not speak English, so he didn't know about the post, and I had not talked about my feelings with him yet. So he calls me, absolutely pouring, saying he was going home and he has had the best day of his life, that he loves me so much for doing this for him, and spends the next 15 minutes talking between sobs about all the effort I put into the birthday celebration, thanking me for every single one of the things I did. Then he mentioned the cake slice. He said to me that throughout his entire life, because he has always had birthdays in his mom's houses, he had never given a first slice to his best friend, who went through all that with him, and that me, being empathetic enough to let him do this, was honestly one of the most special things I had ever done for him. He told me she had been going through some very important stuff and he was not around ever because of work and college, and she was very left behind because of this, which is a huge thing since they are basically brother and sister. So the cake made her cry so much. It was the first time he had ever done this, and she finally felt like he had not forgotten about her. And then, because I made that much effort for him, he asked me to rest. He told me that this next week was going to be entirely for him to show me appreciation. He asked me to please, for once, not sabotage him showing me love and pampering me, because I feel like I don't deserve it, because he was going to take his savings to take me out and spend the week giving me surprises. I know him well enough to expect some love notes, him showing up to surprise me at my place, maybe even a song written for me. He also invited me to spend the weekend at his place, just the two of us. He lives with his family, and they are all going to the beach, leaving the house empty, so that he can cook me dinner and give me one of his 1-hour full-body massages. They are my favorites. Then after he said all that, I took the opportunity to tell him about how I felt today. He listened quietly, and when I was finished, he apologized, saying that he did not realize that was how I felt, that was not his intention. He just thought that did not mean as much to me as it would have meant for his best friend, so he decided to honor her that way and then honor me differently with my Princess Week. But he told me he understood how I felt and that he was sorry. Anyway, we talked a bit more, but we got over the stuff pretty quickly, and it all ended with us gossiping about the day. Because gossip, two friends of ours who don't really get along very well apparently went back home together, and half drunk after I left. Man, I love gossip. Well friends, I suppose that's my update. Maybe this is the day Reddit realizes that emotions are complicated, and life is too, which is why small moments do not define a relationship or someone's feelings. How we react to the situation and deal with it does. I love my boyfriend, and he loves me a lot too. And that does not mean he does not have any family beyond me. That also does not mean I'm not allowed to feel sad. I have the right to feel what I feel and to be welcomed in that feeling. Being validated. I will marry this man. Mark my words. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.